Hi everybody, running a little late. Late because I scheduled it for 3:30 and then I couldn't figure out. I did something with the microphone and I did something with the video. It just was crazy. So I had to like come out of everything and come back in. So obstacles, that's what today is about. When you don't feel like it, what do? And that in itself is an obstacle to doing your best self-care. So today I just want this to be quick. It's the end of the, well, it's afternoon. And I have already done my self-care for the morning. I've already done my movement and I did a lot more than I normally do. That, for me, isn't the problem. I would spend all day doing movement stuff and playing and moving my body and that sort of thing. But the thing I didn't want to do, actually, was come on here. I didn't want to do this live. I was trying to figure out, well, can I go live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time using my phone, and then I would go out for a walk and do that, but I couldn't figure that out. And then more obstacles. It's icy out there. It's a beautiful day. It's not sunny, but it's warm-ish, and there's a lot of ice on the ground. So I had to leave my house anyway because I want to walk. Whew, that was a lot. I thought I would try to get on my Facebook page and see if I can see if there are any comments or anybody here watching. And so I'll try to keep that up. But anyway, today was, oy vey, it's one of those days. Okay, I just dropped everything. Okay, today is, what do you do when you don't feel like it, but you made a commitment? You just do it. So look, today's day 7. So 7 full days, a week of going live on YouTube and Facebook on my page. And that means I have 3 more weeks to go. A little more than 3 more weeks to go. So I'm going to try to spend a little bit of time organizing what I want to do and how I want to do it. Today, what I want to do is, talking about obstacles and what you can do instead. So if the ice and the snow and the cold and all are obstacles to you and you want to go outside and walk, well, for me, what I have to gear myself up to do is put on some warm clothes, put on my boots, and then drive somewhere where I can walk. I live in an area that is either the woods where the snow is up to my knees, probably still, and there's no sidewalks on the road. And it can be kind of dangerous because the banks are pretty high still. And so you can't even jump off the road if you need to. You're going to jump into icy, slushy bank stuff. So, so that is one of the things that I want to do. I used to walk every day. There was a period of time where even in the ice and snow, I walked, well, that camera isn't right. I walked every day just in my driveway. And I liked it. I'd just go up and down and up and down. And then when I had the energy and I felt like it, I would skip, or I would do movements like this and get sort of a different way of moving. So I think when you're thinking about your movement practice as an obstacle, You need to do something to make it fun. So that might mean turning on some music and then doing dancing instead of walking. I have to remember that because I like to dance. Actually, my kitchen, I like to slide and swirl, and that always feels good. So when I'm waiting for water to boil for my tea, I'm moving. I'm moving like this, or I'm pushing off of the counter to get a little bit of strengthening in my arms. You can get toys and just make it fun. Make it feel like you're doing something fun for your body. And I'm not gonna hula hoop. I don't think I can hula hoop. That could be a goal. Maybe that would be a fun thing to learn how to do. I don't know. Would be fun. But if you have things to play with, I often have balls, juggling balls or lacrosse balls that I can bounce and that sort of thing. That helps me then feel like I can go and do some movement. Another obstacle for me is that I want to read, I want to learn, I want to do courses, I want to write, I want to think, I want to work on my business. All of these things that I don't tend to do while I'm moving, so I don't tend to do that while I'm walking. I might do some thinking, but I like to write notes when I think, I like to write notes when I read, and so if I'm feeling like I need to sit down and do some work, then I'm sitting and I'm not moving as much. That's kind of an obstacle because I'm kind of like working all the time these days on my business and what I'm trying to do with here going live and doing this kind of thing. So I have to break myself out of that habit. So we can talk more down the road about the different obstacles. I come up against obstacles all the time, and sometimes the obstacle wins, and sometimes the obstacle doesn't win. For some reason today, it did not win. I came here and here I am going live and moving with you. And the thing that I'm going to do, the movement I'm going to do and practice a little bit. I did a bunch of things today. I did my lymph work. I did my breathing work. I did some exercises and that sort of thing. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the thing I did yesterday, getting up and down off the floor. And I'm going to use my stool so that I have something just in case I start to tip over. So I'm going to come into this position. It's cross pattern, opposite leg to opposite arm. And I'm not going too far out, but I'm not going too close either, because then I'm not going to be able to bend this back knee down to the floor. So I need to get a decent stance. I'm planting my foot so that I feel a tripod. That tripod is the base of the heel and the big toe, the base of the big toe, and the base of the little toe. 3 points. I'm planting that foot so it's nice and stable. And I'm pushing this behind here. I've got the opposite arm up and I'm coming down onto my knee. That's even better than it was just yesterday. I didn't plop down on my knee. I just came straight down. And I think I want the camera to come down a little more too so you can see. All right, there we go. So this is the position I'm in. You notice these toes. I talked about that yesterday. These toes, they're going to help me. And opposite arm up. And I'm going to come up. I'm not really pushing myself up, but I am allowing the power of that cross pattern to help me have some sort of stability. So push up and then come back down again. And that time I plop down a little bit. So I'm going to come down part way, hold it 2, 3, 4, and up. Inhale, hold it 2, 3, 4, and up. And inhale. And now I'm going to try the other leg. And if you remember from yesterday, if you watched my live yesterday, this is the foot that challenges me and is not easy to work with. So my body doesn't even want to go that way. So I'm going to start on the floor as opposed to coming down on that. And I am going to use this stool, but I'm going to try to keep my form. So I've got the tripod on this front foot. I've got my toes up on that back foot. And actually, I'm just going to sit here for a minute. I'm on my knee. You might need to adjust a knee so that it doesn't hurt. I'm on a nice mat, so I don't have a wood floor here or anything. And I'm going to stand. This is called a half kneel, by the way. And I'm going to be in this half kneel for a little bit. I'm just going to inhale and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I am pushing on these toes, and I'm pushing my heel towards that wall. And it's creating tension in that same leg, quads. And I'm going to sort of feel that stable place. It's not 100% stable. And that might be because of the hip on that side. Not sure. All right. So I need the stool on this side. I hope it doesn't get in your way of seeing. All right, here we go. And I'm going to come up. Oh, that doesn't work. So I'm going to try, but I'm not going to try to a point of hurting myself. So I think the thing I was doing before, only this time, here. So it's my foot and my knee that bother me when I do that, when I try to lift up off that side. But this works okay. And so what's happening? Why is that happening? Well, I have an old injury, but it's also happening because some part of my body isn't working as well as it could be. So that is something that I could go to a colleague and see if they can help me figure out what is the issue, what's compensating for what, so that I can retrain my brain to work better. But in the meantime, I'm just going to slowly approach that move. I'm still going to get on the floor, and I'm still going to challenge myself to do that. But maybe not so much that it hurts. So that's it for today. If you want to do that kind of practice, you can do that kind of practice too. You can follow along with what I did. kind of see where you are in terms of getting up and down on the floor. And let me know if I can be of any help. You can subscribe to my channel here, or you can have a comment in the comments and ask me a question, or let me know what's working for you. And I will see you at some point tomorrow.